My
Yeah.
mindset was, I wanted to come here because I wanted to make money. And
Right. I think all of us had that mindset. Oh my gosh. I mean,
yeah,
I would have to be honest here. I mean, same here. You know, the
yeah,
very reason why most of us want to be or we entered SFM, the very first thing was definitely to make money online. I mean, who would come and say, "Oh, I want to transform," you know, become a transformer. No, I don't just want to look for money. I want to be able to be part of a team, a community where I can grow.
yeah,
As I journey through SFM, there are changes in me, changes in the way I approach things, and changes
yeah,
in the way that, yeah. And I think, having said all that and going through, my journey in life has really taught me a lot of things about one, namely intention. What is our intention when we do something, when we start off the day? That's why they say always be grateful for what you have. Start off your day with being grateful. So again, whatever it is that I've gone through in life, they are all lessons. And I remembered watching this video where that question popped up. If you could go back in time, what is the one thing you would change? And I remembered in my head, I was just saying, I wouldn't change anything. Not even one. Because then I wouldn't be who I am.
Yeah.
We become who we are based on all those experiences. The things we presume, or the thoughts that we have sometimes of things that are impossible, it's just a thought.
yes.
Anything can happen. I think I've come like a long way in life. It has really been, an amazing journey. I could have carried on with my teaching career. That would have definitely given me the income I needed to live comfortably, to not worry about bills, to, just to, I guess, survive. That's how I would put it. And there came a point in time where I didn't want to, because I've always kind of like projected myself ahead of time. Like, where will I be if I continue doing this? But having said that, how I went through in life was more like, I would say, a default plan initially. It was just go to school, primary school, secondary. After that, I went to junior college, where it brought me, I ended up in university, which again, I didn't, it was just like, go with the flow kind of thing. It wasn't like I planned to be there. I just ended up there. And the funny thing about that was, I never in my growing years ever wanted to become a teacher. It was never on my list. Never. And if people ask me, why do you want to get, I don't know. It was more like, I ended up in a university which offered my two favorite subjects, and that's maths and music. And then when I was signing the contract to study for 4 years, and we bonded for another 5 years, it struck me. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm trapped. I'm trapped for these 9 years. For me, I taught music, so it was like, I was the first qualified music teacher, and I started to think, why have I been sent here? Number one, I didn't want to teach in the first place. And I managed to get an answer. I said, there are a lot of some of the students here who are just not clear about their direction in life. And I was meant to be there at that point in time to just guide them. And it just made me realize the reason why I was there. And I started to embrace the fact that, Alya, since you are here, make the best of it. Make the best. I know I enjoyed teaching. I did end up loving it. The connections I made with these girls, and the fact that I was there to motivate them. I think that is really me being me. I remembered there was this very interesting story about when I came in the middle of the year. I wasn't attached to any class, so I was like a co-form teacher. And I remembered that around that period, there was this competition that the school had for the students, which was to decorate their classroom, with a certain theme. And when I heard that, I got excited because as a student, I always enjoyed doing those kind of stuff. But to my surprise, they came to me and said, why? Isn't it a waste of time? Then I said, why would you say that? Well, we've done it before, and all the teacher does is says, that's it? Couldn't you all do a better job? And I was, okay. and they just felt that, it wasn't worth their time and effort and money to invest in doing something like that. So that was my initial, when I first got that contact with the students, the way they were, they had very low self-esteem. They were not confident about the things that they did. And the following year, I was so fortunate to get them as my class. So when a similar thing happened that year, and it was so beautiful because it was the year where we had the Eid celebration as well as Chinese New Year, kind of like around the same time. And I got excited about that, and I told the class, I said, okay, there's this notice board competition and let's do it. And they were like, do we have to? Isn't it a waste of time? A waste of money? Nobody's going to appreciate it. They had that same attitude, and I said, I got to do something here. So I didn't care what they thought. I just, okay, you're all getting into groups, and I want each group of you to discuss what you can do. This half do think about Chinese, this half think about the Hari Raya celebrations, and then as they were doing, I was also doing something with them. And I remembered towards the end of the lesson, I got each group to present, and they really had very good ideas. Some thought about, it was the year of the rabbit, so somebody had a bunny at home and said, I'll bring my rabbit. And they had decorations from the previous year and said, okay, good, let's reuse them. And when it came to my turn and I presented, I said, okay, I'm going to share with you my idea now. And one girl said this to me. She said, you mean you're going to help us? I said, I'm the form teacher, aren't I? I'm part of this class, isn't it? So, of course, and when I presented my idea, which was to put lights around the classroom, and at the notice board, it was in the form of a shape outlining a temple and a mosque and the masjid. And they got excited about it. And I remember, and then the lesson ended, the bell rang and everybody just went off. And I remember one period when I needed to do some things. It was a civics and moral education period, and I told them, girls, I really need the time to work on something, and I'm giving this free period to you. I didn't tell them what they needed to do. I just said, you can do your homework, you can study, you can read, do whatever, And some girls came to me and said, can we go to the bookshop? I said, what do you want to go to the bookshop for? Oh, we want to buy stuff to decorate for the classroom decoration. Then I looked back at them and I said, would you be wasting your money? Isn't it going to be a waste of time and effort? I totally gave it back to them. And I said, no, we want to do it. Really? And I said, okay, go. And I remember we had so much fun. I taught them how to weave the leaves to make the rice cakes, and out of the 21 students that attempted to learn to do that, One succeeded. It was so fun. And I remember this girl coming out to me and said, Miss Ayla, you are our you are our shining star or something like that. She said something, and I said, no. I said, you are your own shining star. If it wasn't for you, this wouldn't happen. You showed up.
Yeah.
They showed up. All of them did. So then that's where I really felt the joy of being a teacher. It wasn't about teaching math or teaching music, but it's just bringing this being out of the students and seeing them, value the fact that, make every moment you have as you are studying, because this is the best time to really discover about yourself. I remembered that because as a student, that was what I was doing. I was like, okay, what am I good at? What can I do? How can I be? It was very early for me that I learned all this. And I wanted them to also experience that. As I'm telling you that story, it is how I probably ended up in SFM. I was looking for a community where I can grow and I can also help others grow. Yeah. Something that people say about me is that I'm the glue that kinds of brings and sticks everyone together. He coaches Pencak Silat, martial arts. He was my coach when he came to Singapore to train the national team. And he's just so amazing. I love him. He's the one that entered my life. Can you imagine, how did somebody who I had seen in a video doing some kind of martial arts and said to myself at that point in time where I saw him, if only there was someone like that in Singapore.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And 2 years later, he appeared as my coach.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. That's such a cool story.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why people ask me, how did you meet? I said, I fell in love with him by watching his video.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. How things just come together like that.
Yeah, and that's why they say, be careful what you say, you might just get it.
Yeah. And then 3 daughters on top of that. Oh, that's beautiful.
Whatever I want to do is really for the family. It's not that I'm just going out to have fun. I am doing this because I have a vision for us. But I cherish every single thing that I had to go through in life. It's because of those moments and those experiences that I share with my students, I share with my girls. I understood that everyone is on their own path, on their own journey. Something which I used to be very critical of people also. But when I see a community that even acknowledges people like that, I started to think to myself that, hey, who are you to judge? Who am I to judge? I need to allow people to grow at their own pace, at their own time, that they are meant to on their journey in life.
Yeah.
And I think I really have come really so far, and being part of this community just allows me to do more. That's why even when it comes to timing, there used to be a moment where everything has to be on time. You can't be late, or when it is late and things like that, you get stressed, and a lot of people go through that. Only this year I came to a point where I'm just allowing time to things to happen when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I don't stress over, if this didn't happen when it's supposed to happen, or I thought it was supposed to, then let it be. It's just not meant to happen at that time. It makes it so much easier because you're just allowing things to unfold as it's supposed to.